Hey guys, this video is all about division with whole numbers, and it is a review of things we've talked about in the past, so hopefully it should sound pretty familiar. Real quick, I want to just go over the meaning of division. So this, what you see here, 16 divided by 5 equals, this is a division number sentence, and number sentences regular sentences go from left to right, just like number sentences do. So when we look at a number sentence, whether it's addition or subtraction or multiplication, or in this case division, we always want to understand it from left to right. So this number here, 16, this is the number of objects we're starting with. So maybe we have 16 candy hearts, like you can see down below. Divide means to split evenly. This number here is telling us how many of the candy hearts are going to be in each group, because we want to divide them evenly. So each group's going to have 5. And our answer is going to tell us how many groups we can make. And in reality, there can be some left over that don't make a full group of 5. Those leftovers are called remainders. So if you look at my picture here, I'm starting with these 16, and I'm going to split them into groups of 5. So I'm just going to circle groups of 5. There's one group of 5 I can make. And I can make another group of 5. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's another group of 5 that I can make. And you'll notice here I only have one left over, and I must put 5 in each group. So what my answer is going to tell me is how many groups I can make. Well, I can make 1, 2, 3 full groups of 5. But then I have this one left over, and again, that's called the remainder. So we write that with a remainder of 1. And so you can see I have 3 groups of 5 with 1 left over. Another example here, again, we're going to read it from left to right. So maybe I have 37 students in my class. Those are the objects. These are my 37 students. And I'm going to split them into groups of 9. So I want to put 9 in each group. And I want to figure out how many groups of 9 I can make, and maybe there's going to be some kids left over that can't make a full group of 9. So I did put these into groups of 10. So without even counting, I know that that would be 9, and this would be another group of 9, and this, because that is a full row of 10, that would be another group of 9. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I can make another group of 9. They're just kind of scattered everywhere. And unfortunately, I have a lonely guy. Certainly, I can't make another group of 9. So how many groups can I make? Well, I can make one group here, one group here, one group here, and one group here. That's 4 full groups of 9. So that's my whole number there. And then I have one left over that doesn't really fit into a group. So 37 divided by 9 would be 4 with a remainder of 1. Because again, that 1 is not enough to make another group of 9. Now, here's an issue. This is a number sentence. Maybe I have 89 students and I'm dividing them between 3 classes. I don't want to draw 89 students. I don't want to take the time to do that. So with division, there's a different way that you can do a problem besides just drawing a picture. This is not how we set up division problems to solve. If this was an addition problem, we would line them up in columns. If this was a subtraction problem, we'd line them up. We know that with multiplication, we would set it up, whatever the numbers are, number, and put a multiplication sign and draw the equal sign. But with division, it's different. Division, there is an alternate division symbol, and it's building a house. So this symbol right here, even though it doesn't look like a division symbol, it means the same exact thing as this symbol here. What's different, though, is the number that we're starting with is going to be here inside the house. So the amount we have is inside the house. The number in each group that we're dividing is going to go here. So our quotient, or our answer, only has one spot, and that's going to be on the roof of the house. And so this would be how we would rewrite the problem to solve it if we didn't have access to a picture of some sort. So I want to model how to solve, but more importantly, I want to model for you how to set it up. That's what mostly this video is going to be focusing, is on how to set this problem up. So since I don't want to draw 93 of anything, I know that I need to draw the house. I know that the amount of objects that I'm starting with, 93, is going to go inside the house. And I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to space these numbers out so we have room to do our work. And now the number of groups that we're dividing into is going to go here. Okay, now it might look like we're ready to start solving, but we're really not. There's a few things that I want you guys to make sure you're doing every time you do a division problem to set yourself up for success. First thing is, I want you to put multiplication man hanging here off the roof. That's because division is easily our weakest operation. We are much stronger and more comfortable with multiplication. So we can use our multiplication knowledge to help us attack this division problem. In fact, we might not even have to think division at all if we can remember that this is multiplication. So that's one thing I want you to do on every single problem after you set it up and before you start to solve it. The other thing is to set up the space where your answer is going to go. Again, the answer goes on the roof. And what's really awesome is you already know something about your answer. And that is for every digit in our amount that we're starting with, it's called the dividend. So here 93 is a 2-digit number. For each of these digits, there's going to be a digit in the answer. So I'm going to, wherever I see a digit here, I'm going to draw a box up here. I call it digit box. So I see a digit here, draw a box here. I see a digit here, draw a box here. We also talked about how sometimes we can't just make full groups, that sometimes we have leftover amounts. So I want to set up a space for that remainder ahead of time. I call that remainder box. So when I'm setting this up, I would add multiplication man, and then I would say digit box, remainder box. And that would be how I would set up my problem. And setup is a huge part of the solution. Another thing that you can do, which might be helpful, it's not required, but it can be very helpful, is to kind of set up place value parking lots here going down. We already see each place value parking lot has a place for a digit. We don't want to draw the place value parking lot here. If I do, I'll show you what that looks like and then I'll erase it. You can see how that might get mistaken for the number 1. And we certainly don't want to add digits into our answer that don't belong. But if you want to keep these all lined up nicely, it wouldn't be a bad idea to draw a place value parking lot. It's not necessary, so this would be fine. Digit box, remainder box. Let me show you how to set up this one. We didn't set this one up together. So again, I took my number sentence and instead I put it in the house, and the amount that I'm starting with gets written right inside the house, and we're dividing it into groups of 3. Again, to set ourselves up for success, that's what we're going to call it, setting ourselves up for success. We got to get the place ready. So first off, we want to put our multiplication brain on by putting multiplication man there. And then we want to get our answer, where our answer is going to go, a little template for ourselves. And we call that digit box, remainder box. So here we go. Digit box, remainder box. And that way we know a single digit is going to go in each of these boxes. You can never put 2 cars in one parking spot, so I'll know that the answer, the biggest digit that can be here is a 9. It could be a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, but that's it. It limits our choices, okay? All right, so to summarize, to set up a division problem, we don't use the division symbol and set it up like we would addition, subtraction, or multiplication. Instead, if we have a problem like 854 divided by 7, first we build the house. The number you are starting with, in this case it's 854, goes inside the house. Space them out for yourself. 854. It kind of looks silly, but it's going to make your life so much easier. Please, please, please. Now, the number we're dividing by, in this case we're dividing into groups of 7, is going to be knocking on the door. This is the key for this video. This is what this entire video is trying to help you with, and that is setting yourself up for success. We want multiplication man to help us use our multiplication brain, but we want to remember digit box, Everywhere where there's a digit here, we know there's going to be a digit in our answer. So we're going to put a box there so that we know to fill a digit in. Digit box, of course, remainder box. This here is going to be our answer when we get it. So we'll know exactly where to look inside these 3 digits with our remainder as part of that answer. So again, main point of this video, setting up for success.